Welcome back, guys. It's your girl Barbie with Statue Mania, and today we're going to drop the review on the XM Studios quarter scale Gambit, so stay tuned. Here we have the XM Studios Gambit, and Gambit is actually my all-time favorite character in the X-Men. I remember watching as a little girl the X-Men cartoons, and I used to just sit there glued to the TV in the mornings watching X-Men, and I always loved seeing Gambit. I loved his charm, his powers, I love his costume, and overall his accent. So he was always my favorite character, and I love the way he clicked with Rogue. So it's kind of like now I grow up and I'm like, couple goals, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, I just got this in, and of course I had to have it. I wasn't fond of the statue at the beginning, a little bit because of the pose, but now that I have him in, you know, I'm super blown away. There's a ton of details on the statue. So I'm going to show you guys with close-up pictures, and also there's going to be a 360 and close-up video at the end of all the details. We're going to go over the sculpt, colors, and let's get started. So here you see Gambit. He's gliding over these turbines. These turbines are the turbines to a Sentinel's foot. And they did an amazing job with all these purples and pink tones. You can see the turbine also has a lot of detail in the colors. You can see where the black, like there's like a blast that would come out. You know, you have the colors of the burnt colors of that blast inside the turbine. So you have here some cables that are just torn apart. And what I really like is that the turbines are sitting on some rocks, but it's not overly done. You just got very minimal rocks at the bottom. So it doesn't take away from the base. But I think that was very nicely done. Now, another thing that I really like about this is the very small footprint it has. It's maybe about 15 inches. It's very small. So they did a good job with that. And as we move on to the sculpt, they did a beautiful job here on his boots. You could see there's some damage to it. There's texture. I love the silver tones, the shading. They did a very nice job with that. So as we move on to his costume, you can see here he's got his pads, which I like because they kind of like just pop out a little bit. We have a lot of texture up here on his chest area. And they did a fantastic job here with the coat as well. Very nice job mimicking the interior of the coat. So the coat actually has a few buttons around the edge of the coat, and the buttons are little X-Men logos, which I thought was really nice. It was a very nice touch and add to it. They did a fantastic job with the weathering of the coat as well. And just a lot of details. You know, you have like buckles here. You have some pads, you know, like normally some coats have like a padding on the outside. And then you also have some zippers here on the side. You have, in this particular swap out, you have a belt. You have the belt that just flows. And you have him holding his bow on the left hand. And on the right hand, you have him holding a single card between his index and middle finger. So he comes out with another swap out, which is a Kinetic Arc. And we're going to do the swap out changes so I can show you guys how that looks. And he also comes with a second portrait. So this is the portrait with the short hair. And I really like what they did here to the outside of his mask. So it looks like kind of like a bit of a leather texture, and it's shinier. And then you have more of a flat look going down the neck. And they also did a very nice job with the shadowing of his beard and the facial expressions. They did a fantastic job with that and the paint. So overall, this is a very cool look. We're going to do the swap outs now, and we'll see how that looks. So here we have him with the second option, which is the Kinetic Arc, where he's throwing the cards. I really like the colors on the arc. I believe the prototype was more of a clear resin and the cards were smaller. A lot of people were not happy with the changes. So XM, which kudos to XM, they're actually remaking the arc to send to the buyers. Now, I particularly like the colors on it. It would have been nice also in clear resin, but I don't mind this either because I think the colors, the color scheme on the arc looks very nice. What I didn't like from the changes was that this card at the end is barely visible and it looks like it's about to hit the coat. So that was just my only thing to pick on, you know, from the statue. But I still do like the arc. I think it still has a very nice presence. But again, it was very nice of XM to do that for the collectors that were not happy with the changes. So he also comes with a second portrait, and I'm still displaying him here with the short hair portrait, and we're gonna see now how he looks with the second option. So here we have him with the second option, and again, this portrait is actually really fantastic as well. I honestly can't decide which one is my favorite one because I really do like them both, and sometimes it's kind of hard to pick and choose which one you want to display, which option. In some cases, I get statues where I don't like a second portrait and I just don't, you know, keep it out. I just keep it in the box. But in this case, I actually really like them both. So, you know, I'll keep that one out just so I could swap them every once in a while. But again, I think they did a fantastic job with this. I believe his bow is metal, but it's really hard to tell. I believe when I put it in, it kind of had a little bit of weight to it. But again, it's kind of hard to tell. And the reason why I think it's metal is because you can kind of feel the coldness on the metal that you don't feel on the actual part of the hand. So I may be wrong, but it does feel like metal to me. So I hope you guys like this review. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Hit subscribe, hit like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.